The goal of Mystic Manor is to earn the most money. You'll get paid for defeating ghosts, dispelling apparitions, and catching and releasing imps. You can also earn money for collecting and selling paintings and achieving bonus cards. Players will take turns collecting items, upgrading their abilities, and exploring the house. Each time a ghost is defeated, an apparition is dispelled, or a group of imps is released, a stamp is made on the progress track at the bottom of the house map. Once all the spaces on the progress track are stamped, the game is immediately over. Each turn is very quick and simple, so players must plan several turns in advance in order to create a meaningful strategy. On your turn, you will only choose whether to A. Take a single action found on the actions mat, or B. Move your player token inside the house to a new space and resolve whatever you encounter there. First, let's talk about the actions. Regardless of where your player token is located, you may always choose to perform one of the actions on the actions mat. Place your player token on the action of your choice and perform that action. These spaces can be occupied by any number of players at the same time, and you can even repeat the same action on consecutive turns. Let's go over each action quickly now. Reset Courage. Move the wood token on your courage meter up to your current max value. Your current max is indicated by the heart above your courage meter and will be set to 6, 9, 12, or 15. Expand Inventory. Take a backpack token from the supply and place it on an available matching spot on your player mat. This adds one more available spot to store inventory on your player mat. Increase Max Courage. Move the Max Courage heart token above your courage meter to the right one space. This raises your max courage level by 3. When you take this action, you do not increase your current courage, only the maximum courage of your player. To increase your current courage, you need to use the Reset Courage action. Acquire a net. Take a net token from the supply and place it on an available inventory space on your player mat. If you don't have an empty space, you may drop another item back into the supply in order to make room for it. Collect a tool. Randomly draw a new tool token from the supply. Adjust the tools on the action mat so that the tool type you just collected is now in the topmost position, having a +3 attack value. If other tools were valued higher, slide them all down to fill the gap. Sell paintings. You may sell any number of paintings in your inventory at once. Paintings must be sold before the end of the game in order to earn you money. However, you'll earn more if you sell a larger quantity at once. Gather all the paintings from your inventory that you wish to sell and place them near your player mat in a single stack. Each time you sell paintings, place the tokens in a new stack near your player mat so you have a single stack for each sale. This is important so that you can accurately count your score at the end of the game. Release imps. If you have collected imps, they will all be stacked on a net token on an inventory space on your player mat. Remove the stack of imps and place them near your player mat, then stamp the next space on the progress track. Return the net token to the supply. You will earn money for each imp released, but imps that are not released by the end of the game will not earn anything. Befriend a dog. If you have a bone in your inventory, flip it over to become a dog token. A dog in your inventory will increase your attack against ghosts by +4, noted on the bottom of your player mat. We've talked about all the actions you can take on your turn. Now let's talk about how you can move through the house. It requires courage to explore the house. If your courage token is above 0 on the courage meter, you can choose to move for your turn. Each space you move costs 1 courage point. You may only move orthogonally, counting 1 courage point for each space as you go. Once your movement is complete, you may interact with whatever is found on the space with your player token. If your player token is outside the house on the action mat, you may only enter the house through one of the designated entrances. There are 3 at the bottom of the house. The 4 to 6 player map has 3 more at the top. You may freely move through spaces with other players, ghosts, apparitions, imps, and any items, but you may only move on and through spaces that have already been revealed or cleared. That means if a space is blank, it has not yet been discovered or cleared, and you just can't go there yet. There are staircases found on the house map which are labeled with a letter. Each staircase corresponds with another set of stairs on the attic mat. You may move from the main house stairs to the matching stairs in the attic by counting each staircase as 1 space. You can even move back down the stairs if you want. If your player token is already inside the house and you really want to leave and re-enter at one of the valid entrances, you may do so. Just pick up your token and start counting courage from one of the entrances. You can only interact with the items found on the space where you end your turn. There are examples of valid movement on page 7 of the rulebook. Regardless of what you encounter on a space in the house map, if you clear the space, by collecting everything on it, you should stamp the space with the ghost stamp. This will help you remember that the space has already been revealed and resolved. If you end your turn on a space that is adjacent to any spaces that have not yet been revealed, you must reveal all adjacent spaces. Reveal them one at a time in any order you choose. Note that spaces with a wall between them are not considered adjacent. To reveal a new space in the house, reveal the top card from the house deck, locate the token that matches the card, and place it on the space in the house. When a ghost is revealed, be sure to find the ghost token with the matching number on it. When a tool is revealed, take a random tool from the supply and place it face up on the map. When a painting, cat or bone is revealed, find the matching token and place it on the space. Many of the painting cards have an apparition symbol on them. When one of these cards is revealed, place the painting token, then find the next available apparition in alphabetical order in the supply and place it on the designated space in the attic with the matching letter. This is the only way apparitions appear on the map. Imps always share a space with other items, so when an imp card is revealed, you will continue revealing cards until you find one that is not an imp. Then, place that item along with any imps revealed onto the space in the house in a stack. Finally, we'll go over the various things you'll encounter in the house. First, ghosts. When you end your movement on a space with a ghost, you must fight it. Each ghost has a strength value printed on it. You must roll the 20-sided die equal to or higher than the ghost's strength in order to defeat it. The items in your inventory will help boost your attack, making this much easier. Roll the die, then add each item's benefit to your roll value. Dogs add 4 to your roll and cats add 2. A reminder is noted on your player mat at the bottom left. Each tool in your inventory, including the flashlight, ghost bait, sparkle bomb, and spirit sucker, adds anywhere between 0 and 3 to your roll according to its ranking on the action mat. This can change throughout the game whenever a player performs the collect a tool action. If your attack value is still too low to defeat the ghost, you may add 1 more to your attack value for each revenge token in your possession. If revenge tokens are used to defeat a ghost, they are spent and placed back into the supply. All other items are retained in your inventory. If your total attack value, including the roll of the die plus any items and revenge tokens you have, is equal to or greater than the strength value of the ghost, then it is defeated. Claim the ghost token and place it near your player mat to be counted toward your score at the end of the game. Stamp the space as cleared and also stamp the next space on the progress track. Remember to reveal any adjacent spaces if necessary. If your total attack value does not match or exceed the strength of the ghost, your character faints. Reduce your courage to 0 on your courage meter and take 2 revenge tokens from the supply to help you on a future attack. Since your courage is now 0, you won't be able to move around the house on your next turn. Your next turn will have to be an action found on the action mat. Note that there is one character with a special ability to not faint when failing to defeat a ghost. That player should not collect revenge tokens, nor reduce her courage to 0. Instead, she should move her token to the action mat and perform an action of her choice. Another player ability allows the player to re-roll the attack die 1 time per turn. This player only faints if he fails to defeat the ghost on both rolls. Items include any circular token that can be carried in your inventory. This includes bones, cats, dogs, nets, paintings, and tools. If you end your turn on a space with an item, you may take it into your inventory. If you do not have room in your inventory, you may drop something to make room. Place any dropped items onto the space in the house with your player token. In the rare event that there are multiple items in a space, you may take any or all of them and drop as many items as needed to make room. If you end your turn on a space with an apparition, you may bargain with it by discarding any 1 item from your inventory. When you do, the apparition is dispelled from the house. Collect the apparition token and place it near your player mat to be counted toward your score at the end of the game. Be sure to stamp the next space on the progress track. If you have a net in your inventory and end your movement on a space with an imp, you may collect all the imps on that space and stack them on your net token in your inventory on your player mat. A single net can hold any number of imps and will only use 1 inventory space. Imps always share a space in the house with other items or ghosts. When you land on one of these spaces, you may resolve all the items on the space in any order you choose. Remember, you will only earn money for releasing imps outside of the house on the corresponding space on the action mat. Be sure to do this before the game ends or you won't earn money for catching all those imps. There are 2 spaces on the attic mat with chest icons on them. Each of those spaces corresponds with a face-up bonus card on the attic mat. When you end your turn on a chest, you may take the corresponding bonus card and keep it face down near you. These cards will score you additional points at the end of the game if you meet the criteria written on the cards. Whenever you take a bonus card, immediately replace it with a new card drawn from the deck. Game end. Remember, whenever you defeat a ghost, or dispel an apparition, or release imps on your turn, you should stamp the next space on the progress track. When the last space on the progress track is stamped, the game immediately ends. All players should tally their scores. Now you're ready to count your scores. Each of your deeds will earn money. Add up your earnings to determine the winner. Every player should have stacked the paintings they sold into stacks, 1 stack per sale made. Using the table at the bottom of your player mat, determine how much money you should earn for each stack of paintings you have. Throughout the game, you should have collected every ghost you defeated, apparition you dispelled, and imp you caught and released. Use the chart on your player mat to calculate how much money you earn from each of those tokens. Each revenge token you still have earns you $1, and each filled space in your inventory earns you $1. Finally, review any bonus cards you have collected and determine if you met the criteria to score them and add those earnings to your total. Whoever earned the most money wins the game. If there is a tie, the tied player who defeated the most ghosts wins. Otherwise, the tied players share the victory. We hope you enjoy Mystic Manor. If you have any questions about the rules, visit our website for clarifications or contact us. Thanks for playing.